Alrighty folks, it's about 11:15 on Monday the 23rd. So anyways, a little backstory, quick. I started digging in on this. I'm doing these videos and I'm always talking about learning the do, re, mi. Years ago, 30 years ago, I played in a praise band for about 15 years. And I knew, a piece, enough of the piece of the pentatonic to play in the praise and worship. If something was just just the basic stuff. So I knew enough to find a G note. Kind of thing. And because I was playing in the band, my dog's here. If you hear some rattling and jingling, it's my dog, Stella. Hi, Stella. 13 and a half years old. So, why does that sound more dirty than I want it to? This is a Vibrochamp XD, and it's got 16 amp voices in it. Alright, that's okay. So, I had put the guitar down. I stopped playing in that band in 2002, so we're talking about way back in the day. I went through a divorce 2007. Didn't even have a guitar at this point. I had custom shop Gibsons back in the day. I've had every kind of, all the big money guitars over the years, off and on. Would sell some, get some more, this and that. Now I just have Eppies. I'm scraping on Social Security. I was doing fine up till I had the cervical spine surgery. I couldn't work at all. 2012, I was going to commit suicide. I had 2 ropes in a bag, and I was headed out back through the bulkheads right here. This is the music area down in the cellar. The laundry room's here, the computer. And I had a Strat copy, a Fernandez at the time. I wasn't using it. It was sitting in the corner with a trash bag full of clothes and a little tiny Fender amp. I got on my face crying, God, how could I have it come to this in my life? Because I had made a lot of bad decisions over the years. I made some good ones. There were some good years. I mean, 20 years of, Christian. I still love the Lord. He's my Lord and Savior. And but in the Christian world, strong. Beautiful home, family, all that stuff. Built my own house, hired contractors. I was self-employed, all that. So I've tasted having it pretty good. But now I'm at this place in life which, yeah, my God, how could I have done all this? Just bad decisions after bad decision. So I got on my face right where we're sitting now, right between that camera and where I'm sitting right now on the floor crying with my hands out with a rope and 2 ropes in a bag. And I heard him say, pick up that guitar and play. So I did. I picked it up. I could play pentatonic, basic stuff. But that, it was very limited, but it was enough to play in a praise band. And so I asked him, God, show me, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do with the instrument and whatever? So he started, in my inner man, started telling me, learn the do, re, mi. So I fought it. I'd sit down here out loud. This is 2011, 12, in that area. And arguing out loud, man, do, re, frickin' mi, la-di frickin' die, whoop-de-doo, I'm thinking, I don't hear nothing there that's cool. So it just kept coming back to me every day. So I started making a list on what to do, work each block of a key. So once I got that down, all of a sudden I could start hearing all kinds of things. This has nothing to do with cover music ever when I do a video. It's got nothing to do with other people's music, because he audibly, I heard him say, and I've called you to be a voice, not an echo. Now, there's nothing wrong with echoing other people's songs if you're passionate about them. Absolutely. Elvis, mostly that's all he did was other people's music. But he picked songs that he was passionate about, that he could feel what that song was saying, and that's how he was able to perform it so strongly, as do many other bands and a lot of rock bands these days. I've gone and seen a lot of bands up until a few years ago, and they would do Jagger covers mixed in there or at the end of this show, especially the Steve Vai, Satriani thing I used to go to. They would do a Hendrix cover or whatever, Neil Young would Keep on Rocking in the Free World or whatever. But, you know, I think it's important to find your own voice. There's more gratification in that, I think, but there's also gratification in learning a cool song you love. So today I'm going to touch on the Do Re Mi in C, okay? So, and I'll do the same thing I do in most of my videos. If I think of it, I tell you, find as many versions of one thing that you can. I mean, don't go out of your way and rack your brain with it, but, you know, you can take any one, your C is Do Re Mi is, that's the only key that all the notes are whole notes. There's no sharps or flats. It's literally C, D, E, F, G, A, B. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So if you take a third of that C, that's an E. So a C, an E, and it's 5, 4, 5 is a G. So that's a C. That can be used as a C chord, just M3. Even that as a power chord, just a C with a G. And then if I want the whole scale, look at this. And then next thing you know, I'm starting to create. A simple place. So when you work on something or you're working towards learning something new, always work on something slow and listen to what it sounds like, even when you're learning the scales, you know. Then I would learn everywhere it was on the fretboard. Anywhere, and then I would start doing those are called triads. So your minor in the key of C major, then that it's A minor is the minor, relative minor to the key of C. And the way I looked at it, and I saw this as I was teaching myself the fretboard, the Do Re Mi, arguing with God the whole way along. And then within 6 months, I was getting called and hired to go play just instrumentally to backing tracks. No covers, no vocalist, no band, just me and an MP3 with a little cube amp. And I was getting call after call. The newspaper came and wanted to do an interview. Who is this guy? Just from sitting, and I fought God tooth and nail all the way for a while along the way, and I finally gave up and said, okay, I'll just sit and do it. I'll beat the death out of the Do Re Mi. So you got so that's how it all came about for me. And learning everywhere. One thing is learning it slow. Where's the C note? From here. So the relative minor is an A. Any major key. If you take a D, we'll say 3 frets down from that root note D, that's your relative minor. If you played a B minor pentatonic, the second note you play on any minor pentatonic is the major key that minor pentatonic comes from. Always. If you're doing E, and you got this, the baby finger, that second note that you play in a minor pentatonic, if you're playing it on the low string and you're doing the 3 frets apart, that's your major key that minor pentatonic is from. Always, no matter what key you talk about. So it's also G. And so minor pentatonic, but I'm starting with the G note. So I play if something's in G, if I create something. Thinking all that chord progression I just did, I didn't even have to think about it. I'm just staying in the key of G major / E minor and just playing chords that come from that key. That's a cool, you know, mixing in that A minor with the C. So I can play all E minor pentatonic. Then I want to put in diatonic, the full G scale. So again, this is about the do, re, mi, and I did start in C, now I'm off somewhere else. So I take simple things. That's just I find all kinds of things. I'll pick one key, we're back to the key of C now, where I showed you. So I'm playing a C major 7, or no, this here is like a 2 with the D note in it. And I'm just moving from that C note here to a B. And then I'm going to an F major 7, which is a substitute for the F chord, which is in C major. And so in any key, you've got a major chord, your basic theory, major, minor, minor, major, F in the key of C, major, so major, minor, minor, major, and then minor again, and then diminish. Back to you. So that's your basic theory, if you will. Major, minor, minor, major, major, natural minor, the A minor for the key of C, and then a diminished, and then back to your root. So I just toy around with anything that might be from that. You could take a B diminished and be playing in the key of C. Could have an F major 7 in there. Might not sound good, but it might work. See? Anything from C, and I'll toy around with chords that could be from the key of C. I'll stay with a key. I won't dance around with chords that ain't from that key. F major 7. So I wrote this the other day. I was goofing around with C. And I'll do this, I think I'm out of time, where I just went a C, major 7, baby finger up to an F, and then I went to an E minor 7. Then I went to an A minor with a baby finger on the C here. So that could be an F, a sus, or a D major minor 7. So next thing you know, I created a song, but I stayed right in a key, understanding chords that can be from that key. You're not gonna go. So that kind of stuff, you know, this is all from the do, re, mi. There's endless creativity. And I do it with dark stuff on a heavy distortion sound too. So the do, re, mi is what my theme is all the time.